ladies and gentlemen, in a world that is changing constantly in a rapid pace, if you're not moving forward, of course, you're falling behind. The tried and true ways of working, well, they just don't cut it anymore, right? So our next speaker will help us navigate through this volatile climate with Agile marketing. So please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of Ogilvy Vietnam and the former chief talent officer, Ogilvy Asia. Give it up for Mr. Alan Couldrey.
Hello, hello. Selamat siang. Selamat siang. Selamat siang. Oh. Wah, cakap ya. Okay. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Alan. Selamat siang. Well done, everybody. Masih hidup, ya? Ya, belum tidur. Ya, jangan main-main dengan telepon. Pay attention untuk saya, untuk 20 minit aja. Yeah, okay, that's the end of that. All right. I'm going to talk to you about a variety of things. The last time I made this presentation, I ran out of time. Please go and buy a copy of this book. It's not by me. It's a very good book if you haven't read it. I was just backstage. I can't tell you who it was because Michael Hartono doesn't. Oh, Michael Hartono translated this into Vietnamese and Indonesian, and I was shocked. It says, the subtle art of not giving a hoot. Read it, okay? Very, very good. Life-changing book, okay? So this afternoon, I'm going to talk to you about business in the agile world, the world you all live in, even though you may be young and have just started work at Danone and in your early 20s. All right, we know you're in your 30s. I was looking for the youngest person in the room. Who is the youngest person in the room? Really? Yeah, really? Inside. Okay, the agile world, what do we mean? It's actually the business world of today. Okay, that's all it is. We're talking about life changing very, very fast. And many of our best employees and managers are people. Lucu, yeah? Many, but maybe not all. Some are robots. And in the future, some will be artificial intelligence. Some will be machines doing the thinking. They will be machines finding the right algorithm, selling the right insurance program, making sure we see the right media. Oh my God, it's all going to change. Agile. Which industry invented agile working and agile thinking? Was it the chocolate industry, the software industry, or the tempeh industry? No, you're right, the computer industry. And there are principles, right? There are 4 principles, quite grown-up, intelligent principles. Individuals and interactions, us, are more important than processes and tools. It's about the people in the room. Streamlined documentation is much more useful than having lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of data recording everything. Tell the story behind the mission, behind the brand, behind the project. Collaborate with your customers is more important than trying to get into endless contract negotiations with them. And finally, one of 4, responding to change rather than following a plan. Okay, good. Which one do clients remember? Is it this one? Yes, because we're all in the business of wanting things faster. And people talk about agile, and when they really saying is quicker, cheaper, faster. But if you go and look at the Agile Manifesto, it gives you a whole way of working. A way of working that's also been picked up in design thinking, right? You can do an MIT course online, yours for $3,300 for 3 months in design thinking. There are books, there is a whole world about design thinking. Now, because this says design, I asked a designer to redesign it. There we are. Looks more better designed now. You can tell a creative person has been involved. It is difficult to read. Okay? Design thinking. Here is the principle of design thinking. It's an Indonesian word. Research, define, ideate, prototype, execute kan. Right? Those 5 stages in one streamlined approach are what we expect people to be able to do in whatever organization, in marketing organizations, in client organizations. Everywhere you go today, that 5-step process, and I will not charge the $3,300 US, okay? If you remember that, you'll remember everything you will get from the MIT course, okay? You can give me 1,000, it's fine. Yeah, okay. So, how many MBA people do we have here today? How many people with an MBA? Was that your hand going up? You're just moving your hair. Be very careful, it's like an auction. You move your hand like that, you might buy something. How many MBAs? Oh, come on, there must be some. 1. It would be you, wouldn't it? 1, okay. How many MFAs? MSAs, MFA, Master of Fine Art. Nothing to do with this book. Don't get confused. The F stands for fine. How many MFAs are there? These are the people who are really going to shape the future. These are the people who have an ability to tell stories. These are people who have studied the creative Only 1? Oh, it must be me. Master of Fine Art. I did 2 years study on how the creative process works in Edinburgh. So it must be true, because it was taught to me by very clever Scottish people. My clock's gone back the other way. You've given me more time? How lovely. Okay. Let's talk about talent. Now, this clever graphic shows you talent from both sides. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's my visual aid. That's as clever as it's going to get, okay? There are no clever visuals. If you didn't get that, that's it, right? Talent seen from both sides. Everybody mengerti? Yes. Sedikit? 100%? Sedikit aja? Cukup untuk hari ini? Just a bit. How many people here have a job? Oh, good. All right, I am talking to the right audience. How many people here manage other people as part of your job? Right? Obviously not the very young in their 20s. They're still being managed by other people, okay? Talent is going to be, despite my first slide, talent isn't going away. Human beings aren't going away. We're still going to need human talent for a long time to come. But the skills we are looking for are changing, have changed in the past tense, already changed. Here is a picture of a very capable, talented person. What can you tell me about this person? Well, if you're think in terms of communications industry and marketing, which department do they work in? No ideas? Well, let's say the tail is from client service, and the head is from anybody? Do I have to be the one who's being rude about everybody else? Tail from client service, maybe head from data, right? It's a hybrid talent. You get my point. Here's another one. Obviously finance at the front, okay? And then maybe storytelling or something softer. An interesting combination. Somebody who understands numbers but can also tell a story. Very valuable, hybrid talent. Here's another one, or is this one finance? Huh? Audit, procurement, and wings with which to fly creatively. Something like that. Make up your own. One more. Look at this one. 3 skills. Maybe 3, a hybrid of 3 instead of a hybrid of 2. If you're looking to hire the best people, you need hybrid people. If you're looking to be hired, you need to be a hybrid person, right? Hybrid. It's no good having 1 skill anymore. The modern world, the agile world, expects you to have 2 or 3 or 4 different skills. And not just a little bit, but quite deep skills, okay? Here's another one. Somebody said, I made this presentation before, and they said, that was me at the front with my mouth open. which I found very flattering, I think. At least I'm not the elephant, okay? So hybrid skills, you get the idea. Okay, anybody here born in 2007? No? No? I'm not even going to go there. No? Anyone born in 2007? No, because you would be 11 years old, okay? Anybody here have a daughter or a son born in 2007? No. Now, I'm going to talk in general terms. I am not talking about you or your family. Do not panic. People born in 2007 have a better than 50% chance of living to 100 years old, right? Especially if they're in a big city like Jakarta, if they've got good health care, if they're in the US or UK or Europe. Japan, it was 2004, right? But 2007 has become a point in terms of demographic development that people born in 2007 have a 50%, better than 50% chance. And if you go online and check the book that I'm going to reference at the end in 9 minutes and 15 seconds, you will be able to see that your age, my age, you don't panic, I'm going to be with you until I'm 89, okay? Which is still a long time. Thank you, Jason, all right? All right. So do you think 11-year-olds in the UK who started secondary school last week, do you think their education is different from when I started school in the 1900s? Right? Sorry, microphone problem. I don't think so. They are still being told, you study very hard, you work very hard, you retire, you fall off the edge of the stage. Yeah? That's the process. But it's not true anymore. If you're born in 2007 or 8 or before, in fact, they're going to have many transitions in your life. The 100-year life is a reality for most people born in the last 20 years. 100 years. So, in one hand, take your time. Make the right choice. Don't panic. And if you're an employer and you want the best people, you've got to allow them to keep learning, to keep studying, to keep changing into hybrid talent. Because the technology will change. When I started in advertising, we made our TV commercials here, and we shot everything on a system called film. When you get home, you can look it up. Film. Nobody makes TV commercials on film anymore. It's all video. And a lot of the video is shot on a hand phone, right? It's so immediate for content. Those skills changed over that period, and that's what's going to have to happen. This is from the book I referenced, The 100-Year Life. 2 quotes. Making the most of a long and multi-stage life means taking transitions in your stride, being flexible, acquiring new knowledge, exploring new ways of thinking, seeing the world from a different perspective, coming to terms with changes of power, letting go of old associates, and building new networks. So says Linda Grattan in her book. It's a very good recipe. And to show how modern I am, I have taken from Kindle on my Samsung Note 8 off the plane as I came down yesterday and added to the presentation the quotation. How mobile is that? Okay? Might these extra years distributed throughout life bring the time and opportunity to explore who you are and arrive at your way of living that is nearer your personal values and hopes than the traditional society to which you were born? If so, then a really long life is the greatest gift of all. And if you are a modern agile employer, you take that into account. Let people train, let people add new skills, let people work out for themselves how they're going to lead their life. Anyone my age, which is who employs what is called millennials, but it's a bad term, knows that their attitude is different. It's a deal between the employer and the talent. The talent, good talent, has the upper hand. Good talent can say, no, I think I'm just going to work Tuesdays, Thursdays, and October. Yeah? I'm going home now to balance my life. If you're not good talent, don't try this. Yeah? But if you are, and you are valuable to the employer, try it. This is a bit long, but it's the company I currently work for, Ogilvy, and we wrote a promise. Ogilvy, there's one arrogance, which is an Ogilvy difference. Our commitment to you at Ogilvy is that this difference can be yours. You can learn everything we know about brands, consumers, communications. Learn to balance the logic and magic that brings communications alive for consumers, and learn, as we do, to adapt our skills to a rapidly changing world. Blah, 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 blah. That's Ogilvy. That's a promise. Okay? What happened in 1984? What happened in 1984, Jason? You don't know? You weren't born yet. You were 1 year old. Jason was 1 year old. Let's celebrate that. This is the year I joined Ogilvy and Mather. Oh my God, that's 3 or 4 years ago. That promise has been good. I worked here in Jakarta, I've worked in Hong Kong, I've worked in Vietnam, I've worked in Thailand. It's all been fantastic. Here is a diagram of the kind of talent you need to be looking for, or the kind of talent, if you're young, you need to become. I-shaped, very deep skills in one area. Not enough. T-shaped, deep skills in one area, skills and understanding across many areas. Okay, that's better. Lebih baik. M-shaped, deep skills in several areas linked by your cleverness and your intelligence. The more M-shaped you can be, the better you can be in terms of a hybrid talent, the better you can be in terms of employer if you can generate more M-shaped people. That doesn't mean lebih gemuk, okay? Doesn't mean bigger people instead of smaller people. It means people with deep knowledge of different areas. Okay, so just to finish. Hybrid talent is not a new concept. The agile world and the world of design thinking is a bit of a new concept. It's a very fashionable concept, and you will find a lot of people talking about it. And as I say, you can study design thinking as a whole process. In simple terms, design thinking means think like a designer. Not very helpful, but accurate. And designers think very specifically about the area that they know, and they link it to all the areas they don't really know. In many ways, this presentation is an advertisement for you to go and have a life. Not right now. It's embarrassing if you get up and go now. People will say Alan told them to go, and they went. Don't do that. Stay. But when you do leave, remember to have a life. Please go and fall in love. Please go and disappoint somebody. Please go and be disappointed. Please go and have your heart broken. Please go and laugh. Please go bowling. Please go to the beach. Please go and see lots of movies. Because all of those experiences are what you're going to draw on as an M-shaped talent. You can't provide what is needed in the agile world if you don't have those life experiences. And the great thing about this theory is that when something bad happens, your girlfriend leaves you for your boyfriend leaves you with your girlfriend. You can analyze that later, okay? Whatever happens, yeah? Your football team loses, your football team wins. You hold the Asian Games, somebody else holds the Asian Games. All of those experiences you can draw on, because that is what a brand is about, and that's what communications is about. That's what marketing is about. And that is why we need people with full experiences right across the range. Right, I have 1 minute. Brilliant. Okay, dinosaurs, birds, and turtles. Scientists used to think the dinosaurs were made extinct 65 million years ago. The dinosaurs had rolled around the planet. I'm not talking about me, other dinosaurs, had walked around the planet, dinosaurus, around the planet for 100 million years. Then along came an asteroid, and they were all killed. Except they weren't all killed. The environment changed, not because of mobile marketing, but because of an asteroid, right? They didn't have mobile. It was very dull. in those days. They didn't have gaming, okay? And some of those dinosaurs were the right shape and size to survive. The big dinosaurs died out. The big dinosaurs like Ogilvy, Leo Burnett, Lowe. Oh, I didn't say that. The big dinosaurs died out. The little dinosaurs evolved. And they now know from DNA testing that those dinosaurs are today's birds and turtles and reptiles. It's the same DNA strain. The ones evolved, survived, and took over the planet. Thank you. These are the books I mentioned. The Whole New Mind, 100-Year Life, The Long View, and The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Hoot. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Couldrey. Please stay there with us, sir. Come back again. Is that okay? You wanna come? Oh, or just right here, just right here. For you. That was really super great, sir. Kamu keren banget. Do you understand what that means? Yeah? And this is something very special from you, from MMA. It might be the same. It might be the same with height and everything, with everything else, with all of the other gifts. But this is very special. This is like just for you, just for you. Terima kasih, sir. Once again, thank you very much. Can we have a photo first? Photo first. Once again, a big round of applause for Mr. Couldrey. Thank you very much.